Core 1 is the first module in CPA's PEP program. Being the first exposure to CPA level cases and assignments, Core 1 has the highest failure rate among all modules. How exactly do you study for Core 1? Why do students struggle with it? And what are the top study tips? Let's take a look at it right now. Core 1 is 8 weeks long and you pass it by writing one exam at the end. The exam is 4 hours long and it's a mix of multiple choice questions, we call those MCQs, and a 60-minute case. From my personal experience in Core 1 and being a CPA exam coach for many years, I find that the biggest challenge with Core 1 is volume. So what do I mean by volume? CPA Canada's expectation is that you remember all your university materials. For example, revenue recognition, tax rules, finance formulas, audit concepts, and so on. This is completely unrealistic and completely incongruent with reality. Most students follow the learn and dump approach. They cram up to the exam, then forget most of it within a few hours. This means when you get to the CPA level, you've probably retained something like 30, maybe 40% at most of your university materials. So your challenge in Core 1 will be to review, relearn, and refresh your memory every single week. Be prepared to spend hours relearning the materials that you've forgotten from your university level. Core 1 exams are based on a CPA competency map. According to the competency map, there are close to 200 topics that can be tested in Core 1. And yes, I did go through and count one by one. The second biggest problem is pacing yourself. CPA Canada expects you to write integrated problems, practice cases, and those MCQs every single week. If you're like most students, you probably already have a full-time job, a dating life, a family life, social lives, and many other lives to live. Finding a balance and dedicating hours to study is going to be very challenging. CPA Canada does provide a schedule, which they cleverly call a survival guide, but when it comes to sticking to the schedule, you're on your own. The third problem is case writing. In university, your questions and problems were very straightforward. When you start writing CPA assignments, you'll be very confused as to what exactly they expect from you. For example, you'll submit this perfectly written case, but still get a very low mark, and you want to understand why. There's a certain approach or technique to writing cases, and CPA Canada doesn't do a good job in teaching this. For example, they give you a perfect solution to the case that are completely unrealistic under exam conditions. You'll be very confused as to how to study from those solutions. The fourth and final big challenge is exam anxiety. This is going to be the first time you'll be writing a CPA level exam and you'll be very anxious. There are lots of rules at the exam center. You can't bring a pen or mechanical pencil. You have to put your wallet and keys in a transparent bag and under your chair. You can't wear a sweater with a hoodie and so on. These are all preventative methods to catch cheating, but be prepared to have the extra stress level, not just from trying to remember everything and solving questions, but also from the atmosphere that you feel at the exam center. So how do we tackle these challenges? First, don't rely on your university materials. The way CPA Canada teaches the materials is slightly different than how you learn in your university. For example, for financial reporting, you focus mostly on getting an accurate answer and a perfect journal entry. With CPA, the answer doesn't matter. It's your analysis that gives you points. Second tip, study methodically. If you try to learn from the solutions and then read the ebook and then try some MCQs, you're gonna get very confused. The order you wanna follow is this. Study technicals and make notes, attempt MCQs and then debrief, write integrated problems, debrief, write practice cases, debrief, make more notes and build flashcards. If you're really short on time, attempt at least the practice cases because they're really important. By the way, I mentioned the word debrief earlier. It's a really big and important topic. I won't cover it in too much detail here. Just know that it's about you looking at your attempt and actively comparing it to the feedback guide, the solution, and learning lessons from it. Okay, the third tip is about case writing. You need to learn efficient case writing techniques. For example, if you have a financial reporting or FR issue, apply the issue analysis recommendation template. If you have audit procedures, apply the RAP template, risk assertion procedure. For FR, when you're doing an analysis, put a bullet point for each criteria and write met or not met in big capital letters. When you have control deficiencies, apply the WIR, weakness, implications, recommendations template. My final tip, at least for this video, get help and support. Many students get stressed during Core 1, and so was I. If you feel stressed and anxious, get help. You can reach out to your facilitator, use D12 forums, get study groups, your coworkers, or your mentor. That's about it. Remember to use the CPA materials, study methodically, regularly debrief your attempts, focus on templates, and get support early on. Thanks for watching. Good luck with Core 1.